Hello, this is Mark. I have received a mail from my friend that I met on YouTube. He is a college student. He asked me to make a clips about how to choose the right brand for Mac as accessories like screen protective films or everything. Then I've decided to do this clip because these clips might be useful for other also. Firstly, let me move on to screen protective films. For me personally, from my true experience, the film is very thin and it doesn't help much to prevent your screen from any scratch that might caused by any physically hard objects like anything like watches or rings or whatever. Okay, if you want to buy the MacBooks Pro 15 or 17 inch and you want anti-glare screen, I would suggest you should buy it directly from the Apple website and you select custom to order page and you select matte screen. Okay, but if you want to put on films, I would suggest the brand called Power Support. Power Support. But if you can't find a Power Support, there is another brand called Elecom. It's provide valid quality but not as good as Power Support. Okay. But in terms of the silicone cover for the keyboard to prevent any liquid that you might pour into the motherboard or any dust to get into that, the best silicone cover producer is called Moshi. Okay, Moshi. That's the best one. But the Moshi one doesn't provide the ventilation holes. There is another brand called Capdes. Capdes gives you ventilation hole for better ventilation system coming from the graphic card fans underneath the keyboard set. Okay, but even though we close it, we don't really need the ventilation hole because there is a fan that comes out from the winds can goes from the lid, the joints of the lid, same place as the valve the speakers also. I would suggest for a silicone cover I would suggest Moshi brand, and for the Palm Guard, the one that will protect us from electrical stat or the shocking sensation from the MacBook's aluminum one or the MacBook Pro 13, 15 or 17, I would suggest the Moshi as well. And in terms of power source plug extender, I would suggest Belkin. Also the USB hub with its own power supply, I would suggest Belkin. Belkin, the one that makes the wireless router. Belkin, I think, is a good brand. In terms of hard cases, I would suggest InCase. Okay, but if you cannot find InCase, I would suggest the spec see-through satin. But InCase is much better because it's like a hard rubber. It's not a plastic, so it won't scratch your Mac. Okay, but you cannot see through the hard plastic. It's like a little bit of translucent. But for a spec see-through satin, it's like transparent hard plastic. But you have to remove them out of your Mac very carefully because they might cause some scratch on your Mac. And you may get some trouble when you want to resell your Mac in the future. You want to get good price for that. Okay, and what else? He asked me about the soft cover. The soft cover, I would suggest the InCase one because the InCase does produce the neoprene. Neoprene is like some sort of a material that we use to do diving suit. So if you might happens to pour any liquid onto your Mac like coffee or something or Coca-Cola accidentally, it might prevent not 100%. Okay, it's not like 100% water. It's water resistant, but it's good from InCase. Okay, but as I always say, don't spend too much money. You know, lots of people ask me about any accessory or bag that has been made by Apple. They ask me why they are so expensive. Like if you want to buy the iPhone 4 genuine exclusive case from Apple, the leather one is very expensive. Okay, the only thing that's very cheap is the bumper case from iPhone 4 because they want to, you know, like kind of fix the flaws of the improper equipped antenna. without the bumper cage. You have to hold the iPhone 4 as a robot, which is not possible because it's not a walkie-talkie. It's a phone. Okay, so that's the point. I earn nothing from doing this advertisement for any of those brands, but I just want you to help you to decide which brand to go for, because you got one chance to go for that. Okay, because in general, you go for any nearest Apple reseller or Apple store, they don't usually allow you to exchange or return any objects or merchandise for free. Okay, so this merchandise, I think they cannot be refunded or returned in most countries. Okay, even though within the first 7 days after you bought it. So that's the bottom line. Thanks for watching.